Okay guys, back on the 81 Ironhead Hardtail here. And like I mentioned in the introductory and startup video, got some things to fix up here. We got some pretty crazy cable routing going on. But first, we got some safety issues. The handlebars, they moved so much that you couldn't hardly push the bike, holding the bars, because they just moved. They just shifted forward. So I talked about the reasoning, and this happens to a lot of them, is that the longer and taller you make the bars, the more leverage it is. So it's real easy to strip these things out inside of here. And what I found on this one, well, first off, here, bear with me. Let's get that cable out of the way there a little bit. But first off, I thought, well, I'll snug up the bolts and see if they're just loose. But what I found, of course, they're also all 8 out on the inside. You see that there? Whoops, sorry. Yeah, that's a multi-size is what we call that. But I can still get in here enough to do this. But what I found out was, let me try to do this. Let's go the right way. When I try to tighten these up, it just spins real easy. So I went ahead and ordered new risers and new bolts for that. We'll just keep that same clamp on the top. And that should take care of that handlebar situation. Let's see about the throttle cable. Okay, so as far as the throttle cable, I'm looking for something like this here. As you can see, I took it off of the bar. Just went ahead and pulled the slide out of the carb and then ran the cable through the triple tree where it's supposed to be. Okay, so that's all good. But we need like a little 90 here or something similar. As you can see, the cable was like this before, up along the tank. And it's supposed to be like that. But of course, this nipple is just for straight up and down. So I need to try to find something that'll turn that, so that'll go out that way like it's supposed to. And then that should, sorry, I'm trying to, with these high bars, it's hard to get everything in the picture. Then that can be zip tied or something right there, some sort. So it's free to move, so when you turn the handlebars, it doesn't change the throttle any. So the cable is probably going to reach okay. And if I get the right nipple, it'll take out, you see the cable is not actually 100% because it's got, the end of it's a little bit long. But if we get the right nipple, that might rectify that as well. So that's what I'm aiming for here as far as that throttle cable. Make that better, and then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to pull this clutch cable off and route it through the tree like it's supposed to be, and then it'll be fine. But yeah, it can't be fastened to the fork out here on the outside, flopping around. You pull the fork the other way, then the zip tie grabs it and engages the clutch. So we just got to get that routed the right way. That's all there is to it. Okay, another situation here. When this thing was on the trailer, it was eye level, and I could see something didn't quite look right here on the brakes. And they are supposed to float some. So when I got it over here on the lift and went to check it, I started to put my Allen socket in here, and yeah, it's all rounded out. It's kind of like a universal size. Most of the bolts on here are. That one too, look at that. So I kind of had to tap the Allen socket in there to try to turn it. And when I did, it was basically finger loose. And that's because you can't tighten that thing with it being rounded. So I went ahead and got some new bolts there, some pins, basically, so we can get those things on there and get them tight and make it safe for them. So they're on the way. And he did have a speedometer on here at one time, but I think he said like something was wrong with the cable and all that stuff. So we're going to get another speedo, and it's a kind of just clamps on the bar. You'll get to check that out here. And also he sent me a picture of the tank so I can pop that up, the one that goes on the bike, which matches the fender and the front fender and what have you. And I think that'll look a lot better. Get it back to where it's supposed to be. What do you guys think? I mean, this is a cool tank, don't get me wrong, but the other tank goes with the bike. And obviously he needs a good lid for this tank because it just leaks. But let's see, what else? So yeah, I do have these bolts are already ordered. They're on the way. The little nipple, get a little angled nipple here so I can get this cable right. That's on the way. And we're going to replace the grips on it because, as you can see, these aren't really period correct grips. So we got some cool old school ones coming. Pop up a picture of those. Yeah, just some things like that and get it safe. And then once it's safe enough for me to test ride it, whoa. Once it's safe enough for me to test ride it, then I'll test ride it and we'll find out if the clutch is working, the transmission's got all the gears, you know, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I got some parts ordered. Things are on their way. Just thought I'd kind of show you when, you know, I was going over it. Oh, I did. I think since I shot that first clip, I did get the clutch cable routed the right way. And I do believe originally the cable went right there where they have some wires going through. The clutch cable, I think it really went right there originally. So we'll get that back in place. And if I find anything else, I'll let you know. So stay tuned. Got some parts coming. And then we'll get back on this little hardtail and get her safe for the test ride. You're going to want to wait and see that. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out.